Griffin, Dean of Students, Old Plank Christian Academy, and voice of the Defenders on OPCA Athletics. We welcome you to our broadcast tonight. What I'm seeing currently, besides our visitors, the Red Flashes of Hilliard Middle Senior High, as I am seeing a much clearer image than what we saw in Lecanto last Friday night, where our defenders were successful in securing the victory. So we're going to trust that we'll have no connectivity issues tonight. Do pray for the weather. The Lord has sent us quite a bit of rain today, and He's sending us some wind, and that is affecting me. It's affecting the camera here on my little tripod, and we'll hope that we can get this ball game played. I'm growing concerned because no one has turned on the stadium lights yet. But we're going to look forward to some great SSAA high school football, folks. By now, you know how I feel. There's nothing quite as good as high school football on a Friday night in the Deep South, and we're here for another one. Our Defenders, coming in with a record of 4-2, host the Red Flashes of Hilliard Middle Senior High School. A record of only 2-4, but a very determined team. I did part of my growing up in Nassau County in a place called Callahan. I bet most of you know right where that is. And you know that Hilliard hails from north of Callahan and south of the Georgia border. And there's a lot of pride in that Red Flashes squad. We're going to hope that our defenders live up to their name and defend their home turf tonight. Flashing light of that tower over there, I'll put the lightning on it. Maybe the lake. We are slated for kickoff at the top of the hour, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us tonight on OPCA Athletics. Your Old Plank Defenders set to host the Hilliard Middle Senior High School Red Flashes and some exciting SSAA high school football. You can see 4 of our 5-man officiating crew at midfield. And you just saw the lights come up. That's one less worry on my mind. I tend to worry about things I have business worrying over.
I saw another update. It said that it's having an 86% chance of rain. And I do got my rain.
Hello. Doing all right?
Hey.
We got a very strong percentage of oncoming rain, folks. So this might be a muddy night. Let's see what happens. I'm seeing the captains, Red Flashes. They're ready to go meet the officials at midfield, and I see the defenders on the other side, on the east sideline. I'm on the west sideline. Mr. Whitehat is Ripborn ready to go, so we get a coin thrown up into the air. I don't see our defender band in place for the playing of the national anthem, but we'll trust they'll make their way into the stadium very quickly. Captains moving toward one another at midfield. You You see my camera jumping around tonight, folks. We are having some gusts of wind, and I may be challenged to keep this tripod anchored this evening. You can always take the thing off of its tripod and do it by hand, but I can tell you what, folks, it's hard to hold a mic in one hand and a tablet in the other.
You're welcome, David. You got a PA guy? Are you? Oh yeah. Talent came out. Oh, actually, you're ready. 21st year experience. 18. We use this right here as the gym and Sunday morning worship there. We have some modular over there. ABC building, cafeteria over there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another
good name.
we have the nearest one from the Dear Lord, thank you for the wonderful game of football. Lord, we thank you for both teams. Lord, for whole plan to fill you. God, I pray that you give the players safety. God, I pray that you give everyone involved on the players and coaches and the sportsmanship. I pray that you allow them to have wisdom, Lord, to make the right call. God, I pray that you honor the Lord for all of you tonight. For all in the holy precious name. Amen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting night of Old Lake Defenders football. Tonight, your 4th and 2 defenders will face off against the Hilliard Flashers. The defenders will be receiving the ball to start the game.
So if you hear OAP Griffiths over there, the indication is that the defenders will put their offense or their kick return squad on the field first. Intending to play offense, you see the Hilliard Red Flashes coming on to their sideline. They're well supported. Many of the folks coming from North Nassau County, beautiful little town of Hilliard. We were able to visit in their facility last season. They returned the favor by coming to see us tonight. Leonard Holt and Caleb Caraway back deep to receive for the defenders. And here come the Red Flashes kickoff squad. kicking from their own 40, as is the custom. They will kick and defend at the south goal. Defenders in the first quarter will defend at the north goal and offensively drive south, opposite for Hilliard in the first quarter. Chain crew set. In comes the ball. I can only imagine the delay, ladies and gentlemen, is that for the fifth official to come to the field. I'm only seeing four. I'm only seeing four in the zebra stripes. And as you've heard me say before in high school mechanics, for the officials, there's a 5-man officiating crew. We do have the gentleman in our press box operating the scoreboard. When I say 5-man mechanic, I do refer to those on the field. White hat, which is the only one who's officially called a referee, a linesman, a line judge, or the wingmen on either flank, umpire behind the linebacker level, and a back judge at the safety level. And for the life of me, I've counted them several times. I only see 4. Then we won't have anyone operating the scoreboard. The only one here who knows how to operate everything correctly is me. They got me over here.
Supposed to be here 90 minutes early.
Exactly. Well, there he is right there.
All right, folks, you know what? I don't know if you were concerned, but I was. I do see the 5th member of the officiating crew entering the facility currently. And, hey, no big deal. We're just all waiting on you. So, Mr. White has sounded the whistle. Red flash is set to kick. Would be a traditional kick. One onside kick, squib kick. Toe meets leather, and he pushes it to the back line. That's a live ball, folks. That's a live ball. Look like Rodney McGinley was our number 22. Folks, I have rosters for both teams, but with this win and my hands being occupied, you're going to hear me call the red flashes by their jersey numbers, and as many of our defenders as I can call by name, I will. So Troy Howell, senior quarterback, into the offensive huddle. From their own 35-yard line, our defenders will drive start. Here comes the liquid sunshine, folks. Nothing like high school football on a Friday night in the Deep South, and we're underway. 4 seconds have moved off the clock. We've got Caraway in the right slot, Hunter Moore out wide right. Looks like Caraway out wide left, or it could be Morrow. Caraway in motion from right to left. We have stoppage. Someone moved early. False start on our defenders is going to cost us 5 yards. First down and double stakes. I'll have to see if I can get someone up here. Or we can holler for someone down there if they can help you. All right, folks, I apologize for the delay in the audio there. I was donning my room poncho. And while I was unable to speak with you, we had Leonard Holton gain back some of the penalty yards. On first down and 15, Troy Howell keeping the ball after a fake, and he's got the defenders in a third and very manageable. 3rd down and 2 from their own 43 are our defenders. 10:42 remaining in the first quarter, clock ticking down ways. Holton in the backfield, Caraway in motion. Holton has the give. He's looking for opportunity. He's going to have a first down and more. Leonard Holton, ladies and gentlemen. Leonard Holton in the open field. He's in the secondary of the Red Flashes. They are able to bring him down, but not before he has a big first down. First penetration of the night into Hilliard territory. Should set up a 1st and 10 for Old Plank at about the 38-yard line of the Red Flashes. With 10:18 remaining in the first first down of the night offensively gained by the defenders. Rain is falling steadily, no indication of lightning. We'll trust that the Lord keeps that away from us tonight. Hunter Moore by himself out wide right. It's like Caraway. Caraway moves from left to right. He's got a big pickup. There's a fumble. Ball is loose. Cannot tell who has it. There's a scramble like after some scrapping. Hunter Moore might come there. Looked like a Red Flash defender had it. Wrestled away by Hunter Moore. Nice pickup by Caraway. That ball is slithered and snot on a doorknob, folks. Looks like it's going to be 2nd and short. I didn't want to go home dry tonight anyway, folks.
I'll at least get out of the room.
Hunter Moore took the direct snap. Doesn't look like things went the way we intended, except now I realize that a first down was indicated. What we thought was 2nd and short was actually a first down. Hunter Moore keeps for a minimal gain of about 2 yards. Rain is coming down in sheets here. Second down and 8 upcoming for the defenders. 9:02, clock moving down in the first quarter. Old Plank's at about the 36-yard line of Hilliard Red Flashes. Howell gives the ball. Look like Holton. He's ahead for a minimal gain of 1 or 2. We're going to look at 3rd and 7. 3rd and a long 6, short 7. Y'all know how I like to break it down. You hear thunder in the background and something that sounds like thunder. Oh, the rumbling of the door. 3rd, we're going to call it 7 upcoming for the defenders. First offensive drive of the game, 8:25 and clock moving. Been a pure running game thus far. Leonard holding the backfield with Troy Howell. Kelly goes in motion. Ball's a little hard to hold on to. There's the give to Holton. He's ahead. Getting the best of the safety man from the Hilliard Red Flashes. Holton with another first down for Old Plank. Setting up shop at about the 13-yard line of the Hilliard Red Flashes. On a dry field, I would expect Leonard to give him a little juke to the inside, cut slightly outside, and be standing in the end zone. As it is, he has a very fine run. This current shot as our defenders move toward the south goal line, hoping to crack the goose egg on the scoreboard. Gives you a very nice view of our new play clock this year. We have 14 seconds, 13 seconds, 12 seconds left to get the ball snapped. No rush. Motion from right to left. Howell following, blocking. Troy Howell's going to get in, folks. Troy Howell's going to get in the end zone. Troy Howell in the end zone for your first defender touchdown of the night. Troy Howell! Rain has slowed but is steadily falling here at Old Plank Christian Academy, 8964 beautiful Old Plank Road in Jacksonville, Florida. If you're able to sit in the comfort of your own home and watch OPCA Athletics, we're glad you're tuning in. Crowd is considerably down tonight. Our visitors seem to have our home crowd outnumbered. Old Plank keeps their offense on the field for the two-point conversion, as we've been most often favoring that here of late. We have made some PAT place kicks this year. But old Nash Brewer's been dinged up with an aggravated injury. Caraway looks for an opportunity to cut the flag, and he does. Caleb Caraway, 2-point conversion. Your defenders 8. Hilliard Red Flashes yet to have an offensive possession. 7:04 remaining in the first quarter. First offensive possession of the night is a successful one for Old Plank. You're going to make an omelet, you got to break some eggs, and we've broken the first one. Our egg on the scoreboard has been cracked, turned from a 0 to a 6 to an 8. We'll suppose that Hunter Moore will handle the kickoff duties as he's been most often doing, but I may actually see Nash Brewer coming out and take care of that. Can't rightly tell. No, it is indeed Hunter Moore. These middle-aged eyes have a hard time making out the maroon numerals on our black jerseys. And that font, that's some funky font. It's hard for these old middle-aged eyes to always tell who's wearing what number. So my understanding is number 2 for the Red Flashes is their money man. He's back deep to return, and sure enough, he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he's quite an athlete. He's got an opportunity. He's in the open field. I did see a block in the back, but it wasn't called. He's got an opportunity. He's going to look to tie it up right now. Mr. Chooks has got an angle on him. Will he stop him before he can? No. That kickoff all the way for a touchdown for the Hilliard Red Flashes. My thought would be let's not kick to that guy anymore, but we did that time, and he took it back about 85 yards for a Hilliard touchdown without having to put the offense on the field. They're very much in the football game. Old Plank 8, Hilliard 6, PAT pending.
Which team defended and which team defended?
We're in the black and we're Old Plank. And this is the white and red team.
Quarterback number 9 for Hilliard, looking to notch the score at 8. They go for the 2-point conversion. It's a toss to the left, but he is quickly man in the backfield. I imagine that's none other than Brady Wilkerson, the 8th grade defensive end, coming out big for his defenders. Brady's been able to play JV and varsity ball this year. He's quite a specimen at every bit of 6'1" in the 8th grade and still growing. I thought that was senior Hunter Williman because that's the kind of plays Hunter makes, but Brady coming up big as an 8th grader for his defense tonight. So an electrifying kickoff return by the Red Flashes gives them 6, but Old Plank was able to score first and get their PAT of the 2-point variety. Old Plank 8, Hilliard 6, 6:46 remaining in the first quarter. Holden Caraway back deep for Old Plank. Number 26 has the ball tied up for Hilliard. And it's a pooch to the front line. That's free meat. Hunter Moore takes it, but he's going backwards, quickly corralled by the coverage team there. But first contact was made around the 40-yard line. We'll see where the officials spot the ball. Very good field position for Old Plank to start their second offensive drive of the night. See where initial contact was made. And it's right on the 40-yard line. So again, as before, Old Plank has good field position as they start the second drive of the night. Folks, I'm praising the Lord to see that moon, that beautiful moon up there. I hope we can see plenty of it. More moon and less clouds tonight. Troy Howell again fakes the give to Caraway, and he's looking for an opportunity to pass. He's rolling to his right, and he's under duress and swarmed under by a host of the Hilliard Red Flashes. A big loss of 5 or more yards Second down and double stakes for the Old Plank defenders. The Hilliard defense was not fooled by the fake give to Caraway in motion from right to left. Howell was looking for an opportunity to perhaps pass the ball for a running lane, and Hilliard was having none of it. Second down and 15 upcoming for your defenders. They lead by a very slim margin of 8-6, 6:07, ticking down here in the first quarter. Very nice breeze blowing. We're going to have official timeout for what should be a water break. Again, we thank you for joining OPCA Athletics here on YouTube. Thanks for following us all season. Been a fun season so far. Won our first 3 games. Then bowed to St. Augustine, St. Joseph, and then to Bell High. Took our record to 3-2, but we're victorious again last week with a big win over Seven Rivers in beautiful Lecanto, Florida. And we return home tonight and take on these Red Flashes who are going to fight hard to the end. And we're going to have to fight hard to come out with a win tonight. The Old Plank defenders will travel to beautiful Gainesville, Florida, in north central Florida. Home of my very difficult, suffering Florida Gators. What a difficult season we're having. But that won't stop our defenders from going down to Gainesville next week and take on the Eagles of Oak Hall Academy. And going into tonight's action, they're undefeated. So we'll have our hands full. We have our hands full tonight with these Hilliard Flashes. Quite a challenge we'll face next week with a fine football team from the Oak Hall Eagles in Gainesville, Florida. 2 weeks from tonight, we'll return home and take on the Cardinals of Bishop John Snyder Catholic High School for our homecoming and wrap up the regular season against Cedar Creek. Larry Holton tried in the back that he reverses his field. He's going to make something out of nothing. He's back to the original line of scrimmage with something of a gain. Now Old Plank faces a very difficult 3rd and about 14 on a wet field. That kickoff return seems to fire up the Hilliard defense. They gave up a touchdown first time they hit the field, but they seem determined to stop our defenders on this drive. If you're familiar with the Sunshine State Athletic Association, every team will play off. So we know we'll be in the playoffs regardless. Our final record will determine what class of the playoff bracket we'll be in. Whether or not we'll be hosting on the first round or having to travel is yet to be determined. Timeout is called on the field. Looks like the first official timeout called by the Old Plank defenders. It comes with 4:54 remaining in the first quarter.
Found it.
I'm so sorry you're having her. Folks, if you don't have a church home, Pastor Larry McGinley and the wonderful folks of Old Plank Road Baptist Church, 8964 Old Plank Road in beautiful Jacksonville, Florida, 32220, invite you to come and worship with them this Sunday morning. There's Sunday school at around 9, and there's worship at 10:30. Something for every age group at night as well. And on Wednesday evenings, check the Old Plank Road Baptist Church website for all service times. Third down and 14 upcoming for Old Plank. This drive has been ill-fated, and on first down, Troy Howell was captured for a 5-yard loss. Leonard Holton able to just get back 1 yard by reversing his field. Looked like he was stopped for a 5, 6, 7-yard loss, and he turned the loss to a gain. Nonetheless, we're looking at 3rd and 14. Troy Howell back to pass, looking for an opportunity, being under duress. That may be very nearly caught by Caleb Caraway, but the ball does fall incomplete. That's going to bring up what should traditionally be a punting situation. Let's see what happens with our defenders here. 4th and 14 from their own 36-yard line. .445, the clock stopped on the incomplete pass. 4:45 remaining in the first. Hunter Moore wearing number 1 back to punt. He's had some success as a rugby-style punter this season. The money man for Hilliard, number 2, back to return. I would hope that Hunter would keep the ball away from him, and he does so. He's got a nice one, and it's out of bounds at around the 23-yard line. So the Hilliard defense really did indeed bow their neck on that set, forcing a 3-and-out for the Old Plank defense. 4:35 remaining in the first quarter. And for the first time this evening, the Hilliard Red Flashes offense takes the field. They scored their touchdown by virtue of special teams. Old Plank leads 8-6, 4:35 remaining in the first quarter. The moon has disappeared behind these clouds. They're moving to the southwest. We'll hope they'll keep moving. 1st and 10 Hilliard from actually the ball spotted at their 25-yard line. Quarterback. And the give is to the money man. He's got a big opening. We miss another tackle. He may go all the way, folks. Tukes has got to beaten up. This kid's only in 4th gear, and I'm sure he has at least 5th gear. He just went 75 on us, folks. Coach Strang's been telling me that he's their money man. And sure enough, he scored on the kickoff return squad. Now one offensive play, and the Hilliard Red Flashes have taken the lead 12-8. We've not made any tackles yet. Only on special teams did Brady Wilkes play, folks. Just a little off-guard play. He dashed to an opening, broke one tackle, and he was off to the races. 2 receivers out wide right on the PAT attempt for Hilliard. They lead 12-8. They're going to go for 2 here. We do not have an explosive offense. Looks like we've got him wrapped up that time. Mark Reed in on that stop, folks. A host of defenders break through the line. Mark Reed bringing the ball carrier down. We're playing well on the 2-point conversions. So far, we've not played well on kick coverage or on defense, but we'll hope that'll change as the night progresses. With 4:21 remaining in the first quarter, the Hilliard Red Flashes have now moved to the lead. They lead our defenders 12-8.
Defenders also, once again, not getting very much rest. This team are able to get an offensive drive put together in this first drive. I don't want to put a hand on somebody. Let's go. Number 26,
First 2 kickoffs by Hilliard have been of the onside kick / pooch variety, not wanting to kick deep to Holton or Caraway. And, if our guys aren't paying attention, once that ball travels 10 yards, it's free meat, whether it was intended as an onside kick or not. It is a free ball. We need to be heads up here. And it's another pooch kick to the back line. And Hunter Moore carries it. He's moving to his left. He's looking for an opening. Hunter Moore, a nice little return up near midfield. He's going to get to about his own 48 or 49. Nicely handled by Hunter Moore there, setting up the Old Plank offense in midfield, just shy of the 50-yard line at about the 48, 49-yard line.
With the ball on their own 49-yard line, knocking the door of Flash's territory. Excellent return there.
First and 10, Old Plank at the 49-yard line on their side of the field. Wide receiver to the right, slot man to the right. The give is to Holton. No, there's a fake to Holton. That's the first carry of the night by Nick Barbosa. Nick Barbosa, the power man who can turn into a speed demon once he gets past the second level. He's got a nice pickup on first down. We'll set up Old Plank with a 2nd down and 2. That's a running team's dream, ladies and gentlemen. 2nd and 2. At the 42-yard line of the Hilliard Red Flashes is the defender offense. Caraway goes in motion from right to left. Leonard Holden's busted through a hole, folks. He's off to the races. Leonard Holden, he's going to go, folks, untouched. Leonard Holton, but there could be a flag on the play. I don't see one, but there's a stop. Sure enough, I didn't see a flag come out, but a hold has been called. So evidently Leonard was sprung loose by a hold out there on that edge on the left flank. That's going to turn a second and 12, or second 2, and probably up to a second and 12, depending on where the spot of the foul would have taken place. We know what Leonard can do when he hits the clear, folks. We've got to get him into the clear legally. Perhaps he stepped out of bounds and I was not aware. So he did gain a first down. No penalty, but no touchdown either. So Old Plank is ahead to the 37-yard line of the Hilliard Red Flashes. Holton goes in motion from left to right. Barbosa with the give. He's through the first wave into the linebacker level, finding his way into the secondary. Big pickup for Barbosa. Another first down for Old Plank. Clock now reaches the 2:45 mark. Hilliard leads this football game 12-8. The defenders scored on their first offensive set, got the 2-point conversion. Hilliard scored on the kickoff return. Old Plank went 3 and out on their next possession. Hilliard scored in one offensive play. They've not made any conversions. They have scored 2 touchdowns. They lead 12-8. The give is to Holton. Looking for opening. He's got a nice pickup. He may have another first down. Folks, if you were with us either here at our stadium or if you paid attention by way of OPCA Athletics 3 weeks ago when we played the Flashes of St. Joseph, we lost that game 10-0. These Hilliard Flashes played a 49-48 game with St. Joseph. They were on the south end of that. They didn't win the game. They scored a lot of points. Troy Howell looking for an opening out to the very extreme to the left flank, but the defenders from Hilliard stay home. They don't give up more than about a yard or 2. We know Troy Howell can do great damage as a ball carrier as well as a passer. He does have a pickup of about 1, and we're going to see our defenders look at. We'll call it a 2-yard gain. Second down and 8 from the Hilliard 10-yard line. A touchdown here will give us the lead by virtue of 2 points. I'm sure we'll go for 2 if we can get in the end zone again. We haven't tried a place kick in quite a while. Okay, away in motion from right to left again. The give is to Holton, looking for an opportunity, looking for a block. He's carrying a host of Flashes who wrestle him to the ground, but not before he's got a gain of some 3 or 4 yards. Picks up a solid 5 and moves from the 10-yard line to the 5-yard line. And sadly, we have a Hilliard Red Flash defensive player down. It appears to be number 5. We're going to hope this young man's okay. We never want to see injuries. Clock is stopped for the injury with 49 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Old Plank trails this one, 8 for our side, 12 for the Hilliard Red Flashes. We'll trust that it's something minor, and this young man can get up on it under his own power and make his way to the sideline, get his wind recovered, and get back out there. He appears to be shaken up, but okay. He's being assisted, but he is walking off, not being carried off. And we'll trust that this young man can return to the action for the Hilliard Red Flashes. So the White Hats giving the indication for the game clock to start again. We're at the 42nd mark. Third down and about 4 coming up for Old Plank. A long 3, a short 4. Number 11, Troy Howell, quarterbacking again for your defenders in the shotgun formation. To his left is Holton. It looks like we jumped early. That's going to turn it 5 yards moving back. Yeah, procedure is going to work against Old Plank. We're going to look at 3rd and 8 instead of 3rd and 3. You can hear AP on the PA system over there. So that game that Mr. Holton picked up was given away. Another timeout. Looks like timeout has been called for the second time. Old Plank calling their second first half timeout. Both of them in the first quarter. 19 seconds remain in the first quarter. Hilliard 12, Old Plank 8.
Good instructions. We have 7 the other night.
We also got 10 nothing right here.
And there were just 24 seconds left in the first quarter. Vegas plays a pivotal third down here in the red zone. The ball's placed on the 6-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 8.
3rd down and 8 upcoming for Old Plank. Evidently, the officials had said put some time back on the clock, so there's 24 seconds remaining officially. There is a game official in the press box operating the clock. So the give is to Holden again. He's back up in the middle, has some of the lost yardage back, but not nearly enough for a first down. Decision time for Old Plank. It looks like it's going to be fourth and a long 3. And I say decision time, but we're not a strong place kicking team, so I imagine we're going to go. That's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. So changing ends is what we'll do. Your defenders will be moving to the north goal in the second quarter. Well, we know the buzzer works. Fresh set of 12 minutes has been placed on the clock as we start the second quarter. A little time of small high school football. All right, folks, nothing quite so beautiful as high school football on a Friday night in the Deep South. We're going to head to the second quarter here at Old Point Christian Academy. Your defenders trail the Red Flashes of Hilliard Middle Senior High. 8 for our side, 12 for theirs. We're facing a very big 4th and 3 coming up here. Looks like we're keeping our offense on the field. The ball is underway, but it does not look favorable. It does not look favorable for Old Plank. A swarm of white and red all over our maroon and black. Looks like the ball's going to go over on downs to the Red Flashes. Folks, you can call me crazy, but I would expect their money man to carry the ball here. So the Red Flashes are in the shadow of their own goalpost, but they're perfectly fine with that because they just made a big stop on 4th and 3. They're at their own 4-yard line, but they do possess the football. Old Plank, last 2 offensive possessions have become fruitless as far as seeking to increase the score on their side of the scoreboard. And our boys close the hole quickly, but not for a gain of about 2 yards. Number 71, senior Brody Strickler on the stop. Gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down and 8 coming up from Hilliard. Actually looks like more of a gain of 1. 2nd down and 9 from their own 5 is Hilliard. 11:20 remaining here in the second quarter. Hilliard has all 3 of their timeouts. Old Plank has only 1 remaining. 2 have been utilized, happened in the first quarter. Wildcat.
There, he's looking for an opening. He's stopped, but not before he gets a nice pickup all the way out to the 10-yard line.
which was set up about a 3rd and
4. But it's going to be set for about a 3rd and 4 for Hilliard. They turn the ball over in their favor on downs.
Plank unsuccessful on that. Looking to bow their
And force a Hilliard punt. Field position is in the favor of Old Plank, but Hilliard possesses the ball. Wayne gusting up here in the defender field. Give us a number 2. He's out ahead for a first down. Defenders are
contact on this money man, but not before he dashes through the initial hole, and his momentum helps him carry forward. He needed 4, he got 6. He's ahead of
15-yard line on his own side. 1st and 10, Hilliard, with an even 10 minutes at last glance at the scoreboard. Clock is ticking downways. Second.
Hilliard leads Old Plank 12-8. There's the give again. He's through a quick hole. He's carrying defenders with him. And the linebackers and secondary close in, but not before another big pickup on 1st down. Very favorable for Hilliard as they'll now look at 2nd down and 3. And that's the dream of a running team. In a run-heavy ball game, as is very often the case. With Old Plank and many of their opponents. Hilliard does come out with trips left. One wide to the right. Single setback. Number 9, we got a swing pass to the right, looking for a block. Here's an opportunity for someone. He's going to come all the way back to the left. And if nobody gets him, this young man is going to make a big play. No one has the proper angle on him. He's going all the way down the sideline. He runs out of space, but not before he gets a big pickup. He is all the way around the 30-yard line of Old Plank.
Everybody move!
But as soon as we see that, Mr. Whitehat is indicating a whistle. Sometimes in a broken field setting like that, we could have a block in the back. I did not see what the indication was from Mr. Whitehat. Very often like that, it's a hold or a block in the back. The way they're behaving, it seems to be a hold. Folks, if nothing else, it shows you what great speed and athleticism Hilliard team has. This is a big penalty working against them there. Looked like they had shots set up on our 30-yard. They call it about 2nd and 7.